Jess with Bless Jess and my two better halves. Anyway, we thought it'd be fun to do a little tag video.
Three halves don't make a whole.
What is it?
Thirds.
3/3.
My better thirds.
Wow.
Anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a little tag video. So he came up with 30 questions because it's my 30th birthday. And so he's going to ask us, and hopefully we're going to go pretty fast. And so this video isn't like 30 minutes long.
But hopefully if it is 30 minutes, it flies by. So
Okay.
Okay. Question number 1. What year, month, and day were you born?
Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I was born, year, month, and day. I was born, I think it was a Thursday. I'm not sure on that. I think it was a Thursday, December 18th, 1986. No, you get to go.
I think mine was a Monday. I could be wrong, but it was March 30th, 1981.
Sunday, January 6, 1985.
I'm not surprised you were born on a Sunday.
That makes me the old lady.
Yeah.
Just by a little bit.
All right, number 2. Your favorite cartoon or TV show as a child?
Oh.
For me, Saturday morning cartoons. Just woke up and whatever came on from like 7 to 9 a.m., that's what I watched.
We were big on like Rugrats, and we liked Rugrats a lot. I'm trying to think of the other ones.
Punky Brewster.
Oh, yeah. That was a little...
Full House.
Full House.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, those
Yes.
definitely. Now, cartoons, that I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you say cartoons or no?
As a child, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Number 3. What did you want to be when you grew up?
A nurse.
I always remember wanting to be a mom, and then, like, the other stuff would change. Like, I remember I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a nurse. It kind of fluctuated, but I always wanted to be a mom. That was the biggest goal I had.
When I was real little, I wanted to be a chef. No idea why.
God!
And thank God
you missed that one.
and thank God that didn't pan out at all. But actually, watching my mom and watching my granddad on stage, I always wanted to be involved in church in some way.
Cool.
So, yeah. Number 4. Favorite color as a kid, and is it still your favorite?
Pink. Yes. Yes.
Blue, yes.
Green, then blue, now red.
Really?
So,
Red?
Yeah, now it's red. Yeah.
You always said, like, teal was your favorite.
It was as a kid, green and blue
Yeah.
mixed, but now
Okay.
it's
Okay.
red. Okay. Biggest childhood fear or insecurity?
We had a fire when I was in first grade, and so I have always been terrified of fires. I'm also fear now.
Yeah, or childhood fear.
I've always been afraid of fires. When
Birds.
we would pray, we would always say no bad dreams and no fires because I was terrified of that. And then birds, I'm terrified of birds, and I don't like spoons, and that's like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I don't like
Spoons.
spoons.
Or the cotton inside of a pill bottle. When you peel you have to take the cotton out of a pill bottle, it creeps her out.
I like plastic spoons.
You're weird.
I'm weird. It's a whole other story.
All right, Jen?
Someone breaking into my house
Yeah.
because of an instance that happened when I was 3.
That scares me too.
Roaches. Terrified,
Yes.
like deathly afraid
Yes,
of
me
roaches.
too. Me
Ask
too.
my husband. I will cry like a baby. And overflowing toilets.
That's a big one.
That's a good one.
So
That's a good one.
my husband will also tell you this. So my brother tried to flush me down the toilet when I was little, and I think that's why. Like literally, if the water's even coming up, I will back off and go out of the room and get somebody else to come take care of it.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Wow.
You're weird. What about you?
My biggest fear was strange noises. If I knew what they were as a kid, I wouldn't be afraid.
Oh,
But if
yeah.
they were something I had no clue what it was, I'd get nervous. Snakes, of course.
Yeah.
And also as a kid, people abusing or hurting my little brother because he's different.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, next.
Number 6. Growing up, did you have a celebrity crush?
Jordan, New Kids on the Block. We already had this conversation.
I remember kind of like, I never really did. Maybe like Kirk Cameron. I thought he was cute. Growing Pains.
Either Kelly from Saved by the Bell or Rachel from the S Club 7 TV show.
I never saw that.
If you probably, I was like 13, 14 when that was on TV.
I remember like the CD. That's Club 7.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I remember that.
Number 7. What sports or activities were you involved in as a teenager?
I played volleyball in middle school for 1 year. That's the only sport I've ever played.
Activities?
Activities. I was like in the beta club and the what is the other one? The
Key club?
key club. Yeah, I was a nerd.
Sports was bowling from, I think, the time I was about 6 or 7 till the age of 18. Like clubs at school, I was the nerd. Student council, academic decathlon. Also went to a really small school, so there weren't many options.
Baseball, basketball until 9th grade, baseball 9th grade, football 10th grade through 12th grade, music club, Spanish club for 1 semester. Then I never did that again. Tried the key club, didn't understand it, so I got out of it.
Okay, moving on.
So
You're good.
Yeah. No, I was done.
I like this video. It's going to be so long. Okay.
Did you have siblings, and did you always get along?
I have 2 brothers. I did not get along with the middle one, Clark. I love him to pieces, but we always fought. Tim was my baby, and I honestly cannot remember one time we fought.
I only had 1 brother, and I mean, we definitely fought like siblings
Yeah.
too.
I have 1 little brother. We never fought.
Well, you did. I know you did.
He got on my nerves, but my brother's autistic and can't speak, so we've never fought. But he would get on my nerves, and sometimes I would mess with him. So we were brothers.
That ain't gonna change too much.
All right. Question number 9. What was your first car? Did you like it?
My parents got me a 1996 Honda Accord for when I turned 16, and I loved it. And I had it until it got stolen when we were
In Texas.
yeah. When they were married.
I was 18 when I got it. It was a 1999, I think. I don't know. It was a Mercury Tracer. I really liked it. And I had it until Brianna was probably 2 years old, so like 2003.
Wow.
When we got our first van.
Trade-in.
I had a teal Chevrolet Z71 8-cylinder huge truck, and it was intimidating, and people saw me driving it and went, "What are you doing in that?" So, but no, I liked it. It was really fun to drive. Number 10, your favorite number and why?
I always have liked the number 4. I'm not really sure why that is. But I've always liked the number 4.
4, and I don't know why. I really didn't say that just because she did. Like, I promise you.
Yeah,
It's
that's weird. That's weird.
My football number was 60, so I'm kind of partial to that, but overall throughout my whole life, the number 24. And so,
Hey, 4.
yeah, 4.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
That's cool.
That's weird. That's weird.
Okay, what high school stereotype did you seem to fit into? Nerd, geek, dork, jock, popular, or misfit?
I was definitely a nerd.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Dork / jock.
What is dork?
Dork are people that are into like fantasy
No,
and
that was me.
stories and
Okay.
that kind of stuff. And musicians are usually dorks too.
Next.
Okay, number 12. Worst hairstyle or fashion choice you made as a teenager?
As a teenager,
A perm.
I had a
Oh,
perm
Lord.
in first grade. And that
In my
was-
junior year of high school.
Oh
that was
man.
everybody had that.
And I'm naturally curly hair, so I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I had a perm in first grade, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I don't know what my worst is as a high schooler.
Root to tip, platinum blonde. It was
I
bad. It was real bad. I should not have done that.
I can't believe your parents let you do that.
No, it was
If
good.
your mom is watching this, like she needs to tell us why she let you do that.
Well, I was going for just the sun look to make it sandy, and they put too much on and it blonded it. Now, but the good thing is that was back when NSYNC was popular, so when it grew out, I had the tips.
Oh my God.
So
Gross.
I know. Number 13, your proudest moment or accomplishment as a teenager.
As a teenager, when I could drive, that was like the most awesome thing ever because you have like this instant freedom. That's probably, or like graduating high school or something. I don't know.
You think, Jeff?
Probably graduating high school.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Starting a worship team in my high school that ran for 3 years. That was really cool. Number 14, your favorite subject in school and why?
Math. I love math.
I was a
Hated.
nerd.
Hated math.
I think mine was
Hated.
like history or English. I liked
Loved
both.
history.
I liked
Hated
both.
history.
I
Love-
liked both. I like the reading part. Like, I love lit. Like,
Literature.
I took lit classes in college just for electives. Like, I loved it that much.
You're weird.
Yeah.
English and history were my least favorite.
We're not alike there.
We're not alike there.
I went to a Christian school, so history and Bible. Those were both fun for me. Number 15. Your biggest change from grade school to high school other than physically?
You go first, because I don't know.
For me, personality. When I was a kid, I was a lot more hyper and active, and as a high school student, I just became more vocal and less active, and so that was real different for me.
I went to elementary school at a very small Christian school, like where I knew everyone, and then we moved after middle school to a public school, and that was just different. I went from a small little school to now like a public school with hundreds of kids, and that was hard.
I think for me, the elementary school I went to was in North Carolina, and it was a big school. By the time I got to high school, we had moved to Texas, and it was a 1A school I had a graduating class of 25 students. So
Wow.
that was
Different.
definitely a change.
That's definitely
yeah,
different.
that's definitely different.
Where did you attend college, if you did, and what was your major or choice of study?
I went to the University of South Alabama in Mobile.
Go Jags.
Go Jags. Back then, they didn't even have they didn't even have a football team. Now they do. They're pretty good.
They are pretty good.
Anyway, and I majored and got my degree in nursing, bachelor's in nursing. It's not that I'm using it, but
You nurse 2 kids all the time.
that's true.
And me.
I went to the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio, and nursing.
Yep.
University of Southeastern in Lakeland, Florida, pastoral ministry and ministry arts majors. So,
cool.
Love it. 1 or 2 books that made a big impact on your life other than the Bible.
Oh my god.
I really like the book by Lisa Bevere. I read it when I was a teenager. That's like Fight Like a Girl, and it's just talking about like the differences in men and women, and that one's not more than the other, but they both have different roles. And I really liked that book. That's probably what I would say. That's a hard question.
I read a book in junior high called Too Late. It's a story of a married couple who one gets saved and one doesn't, and they end up going through the tribulation together. And it's it's really intense. It makes you think about your future and leading people to Christ. So.
I don't really have an answer. I don't really know on this one.
She passes.
I pass.
That's a hard one. That's a very hard
What about
one.
the Cat in the Hat?
Green eggs.
I'm thinking deeper.
I do not like green eggs and ham. All right, number 18. Dogs or cats or other?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah,
I like
Dogs.
cats.
I do not like cats.
Cats
I like
have this
cats.
look, if you focus on them, they look like they're about to kill you in your sleep. They just.
Some people really like cats though. I've never.
I'm
met
sorry.
A cat
I
for
just
that.
I've
not
always
a
had
cat
dogs.
fan.
I've
Yeah.
always had dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah, we're dog people.
Number 19. How many kids did you want before you got married? How many do you have now or want now?
I always wanted 4 kids. I think when we met, we said like, oh yeah, 4 kids, like, or we said like 3 or 4.
I said 2 or 3.
Well, I said 3 or 4, and now we're like
We have 2.
2, and we're pretty happy with that for now, at least.
I wanted 3. Then I had 3 and we were done. But God said otherwise, and we now have 4 beautiful girls.
Yes,
And now we're done.
yes.
Now we're done.
Really done.
Number 20. Biggest life lesson that marriage taught you?
Oh Lord.
How to truly be selfless. When you're single, it's all about you. You can do what you want, eat what you want, spend what you want. It's your money, it's your life. When you're married, you have to put the other person first and learn how to be not selfish. And that was a big adjustment.
It really is joining 2 lives, like your families.
Mm-hmm.
Every bit of everything in your life is coming together, and it's hard. It's hard to work that out, and it's still hard.
Yeah.
I think kind of along the same
Yeah.
lines. You know, I think when you get married, you have your own idea of what this marriage is going to be like.
Yes.
The other person has their idea of what this marriage is going to be
Mhm.
like. You know, ever
Finding
really
the middle
talk
ground.
about
Yes.
it, and then
Yes. And like so much is put into the wedding, and it's all
Yeah.
like everything's all romantic and
Yep.
and fun, and then
And then you see what they look like when they wake up in the morning.
yeah, and then the wedding is over.
Now it's time for marriage.
Yeah.
To quote Raymond, you get up, she's there. You come home, she's there. All right, number 21. Currently, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh man, you say it first because I'm still thinking.
For me, it's people who don't think before they speak. If you know the answer to the question, don't ask it. That kind of stuff grates on me. Yeah, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt of you're smarter than that, you know the answer to that. If you would just stop and ask yourself 2 or 3 questions before you ask me that question, you're going to find the answer. So that kind of stuff grates on me.
I think my biggest pet peeve is when people try to tell you like how to parent.
Gosh.
Yeah. Like you know your kid's the best. Like some people are just trying to be nice
that's a big
or
one to me,
whatever,
too.
but yeah. Don't tell me how.
I'm their daddy. Let me be the daddy.
It hasn't happened much, but it is my biggest pet peeve.
I'm going to get in trouble probably with this one, but I think right now in our day and age is when people, because you don't agree with something, then it's viewed that you're
a
hater.
Yeah,
that you hate people if you don't agree with
don't agree with what they do. Yeah, I agree. That's a bit.
Tolerance goes both ways.
Yes. That's a good one.
All right, number 22. If you're a Disney character, who would you be?
Oh. I always liked Cinderella, though she was always my favorite.
You're good at cleaning.
I'm good at punching you. Thanks.
I'm kidding.
Do you have one?
Probably Peter Pan, because I don't ever grow up. Either that or I always liked Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I can see
I
myself
like
as
Snow White.
Yeah.
I don't have a great reason.
I didn't mind too. I'm like,
is it because your husband's so short?
He's
not short. I'm short.
I'm kidding.
He's so big on everybody.
Number 23. Your favorite TV show you're currently watching?
I am I'm really big into This Is Us. That show is awesome. I just got finished with Parenthood, and now I'm into Scandal. I'm loving like Netflix shows right now that everybody else has watched, and I'm just now watching. But they're so good.
Jen?
Outdaughtered and Grey's Anatomy.
I've always liked Grey's Anatomy too.
Even though it's not on right now.
Yeah, I know.
Love The Blacklist. Always love shows like Nashville. I want to find Smash. I tried to watch it on Amazon Prime.
Smash is good.
And,
I keep telling him he would like Smash.
And I finally tried to go watch it because I have a free time to go find it, and now you have to pay for it. So I'm waiting on it to become free again.
It was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'll have to I have to find it when it's free. But yeah, I love music shows and I love action shows.
You would like that one.
Your favorite movie of all time, and it's not likely to change. Yeah, let me help set this up. To make it your favorite movie, you own it. You'd watch it on TV if it was on TV.
I don't know that I have a favorite movie. I really don't.
And you can keep watching it.
Elf.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if it's really my favorite movie of all times, but it's probably the one that comes to my mind.
I don't know that I have like a favorite movie.
Like I can watch it over and over again and not get sick of it.
I don't know if there's anything I can watch over and over again. I always would say my favorite movie is Pride and Prejudice, but I couldn't even watch that every single all the time.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I
love that movie.
That's a good one.
All right. Biggest fear as an adult and why?
My biggest fear is something happening to my kids.
Yep.
That has to be my biggest fear. I mean, that's every parent's biggest fear.
Number one, that or failing my family.
Yeah.
In whatever way that means.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
I would have to say something happening to my kids or my husband.
Yeah.
Currently, number 26, what is your motto or the words you live by?
I like choose joy because and I talk about this a lot on my channel if you guys have watched any amount of time. But happiness is a choice.
Choose joy.
Happiness is not joy.
Right.
Because happiness depends on your circumstances.
It's on what happens.
And this year has not been the happiest year of our life.
No.
But we can choose joy because God gives us joy.
And His joy is our strength.
And if you choose that, it's not something that you feel all the time, but you have to choose that.
Amen.
And I try to choose joy. Anyway.
The biggest thing I tell myself most of the time is just breathe.
Yes.
That's good. Take a breath.
Just
breathe.
Take a breath.
Second.
That's good.
Take a minute to think. Get through it.
Yes. Because sometimes, you think things are bigger than they are.
Right. So true.
In your mind.
Or maybe there's just so much going on.
Yes.
The littlest thing kind of sets you
off.
And you kind of okay,
Yes.
let me focus on what's really going on right now. And
Yes.
is it really that bad?
I've had the same one since college. Love all, worship one.
You always say that.
That's always been my quote.
Yeah.
That's-
I've
I say
never
it all
heard
the time.
that.
I know,
So,
right? Like in
yeah.
every email.
Every email I ever send out, it's my tagline.
He always does that.
But it makes perfect sense to me. If I worship only Him and keep Him as the object of my worship, and then it helps, and then I love everyone more than myself, your life stays in balance.
Sure,
It's
that's
really
what
simple.
Jesus said.
Number 27. Looking back, your favorite birthday was?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know how we're ever going to top this birthday because it was so good. I really don't know of another birthday that beats it.
Really?
Yeah, I think this one's the best.
Actually, mine would have been my 30th too, because
Yeah.
even though it sounds like work, I gave birth to my youngest child just after my 30th birthday.
Yes, you
Wow.
labored in your
Yeah,
your
but
birthday.
I actually had a really good birthday day, and I had a surprise birthday / baby shower.
And then a really good surprise.
Not to
Yes.
not to sound like a broken record, but either 30 or 16. Both of those were really, really cool for me. Those were good days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
16's a good one.
Okay, we're going to get a little deeper here. Number 28. What advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
The things I thought were so important then, like the friend, just the little things. The person I thought, that was mad at me, or like all the little drama stuff, like that stuff, like does not matter now. Like I wish I could just tell myself to like lighten up. Like I don't know, I was kind of dramatic. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
You go.
You want to come back?
Yeah.
Chase your dreams. Don't give up, and don't let things distract you. Don't focus on people's opinions. Don't focus on what that girl you have a crush on thinks about you. Don't focus on, whether people are going to like this or not like it. You know what God's called you to do. Chase your dreams. Don't give up, and apply yourself.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing I would tell myself is don't get upset so easily.
Yeah,
Don't,
that's a good one.
look at the big picture.
Yes, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's me too.
You're
Because
only
you see high school as like everything,
Yeah.
and you don't think past
And
that.
now
Right.
it's nothing.
It's nothing. Like it's
Yeah.
It's just
it's
this
a
part
blip
of your
of
past,
your life.
but yeah.
yeah. You've only got 15 years of experience at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, number 29. One thing that's currently on your bucket list.
To travel outside of the country.
I've always wanted to go to Italy
Ooh, that's nice.
or Europe somewhere. Multiple
Big
places.
continent.
Like it's so like everything's
Isn't
really
Europe a
together.
country?
Like
Yeah,
to go to
it-
France, to go to Italy, you can
Right.
like do trains and stuff. Really cheap. That'd be fun.
Either record an album or co-write / perform with one of my music idols / heroes. That'd be really, really fun. Finally, number 30. What do you pray will be your legacy?
I guess my legacy, I always think of it as my kids, and just that they will be who God created them to be, and that they will carry on what we instilled into them. Basically.
My kids also, and just making sure that they know God, that they have a
Yes.
relationship with God.
Yes.
Amen.
They have that foundation.
Definitely my kids, as well as our ministry, that we impact as many lives as we can, that we get out of the way and let God use us, and that no matter what we say, do, or think, it glorifies Him, and He's pleased with us and says, well done, when we get up there.
So that's the 30 questions. Those were hard. You did them. Normally when I do these tags, it's like, what kind of toothpaste do you use? Like, it's like the most random stuff, and it's not this deep.
Yeah. Well, it's 30 years of your life, so you have to reflect back and you have to look forward.
If anyone
so
else wants to do this tag,
please,
do it.
tag you,
Tell us.
you're it. You got to do it.
So if you like this video, thumbs up, and subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.